You know that wellness goal you set at the start of the year? It's not too late to stick with it and make your future self proud, especially with the all-in-one nutrition shake from Kachava. With 25 grams of protein, 6 grams of fiber, greens, adaptogens, and more. No fillers, no nonsense, just the highest quality ingredients. Stick with your wellness goals. Go to kachava.com and use code FITNESS for 15% off. That's KACHAVA.com, code FITNESS.
Comfort is often the first thing we're willing to give up, like taking a long flight for a vacation or waking up early for a workout. But don't let style be the reason you aren't comfy. Mack Weldon's Ace Collection makes it effortless to look put together while feeling truly comfortable. Inspired by their best-selling sweatpants, the Ace Collection combines everyday comfort with long-lasting and confident looks. Upgrade your collection for the new year with new bomber jackets, half-zips, sweats, crew necks, and much more. Get comfortable anywhere with Mack Weldon's Ace Collection. Go to MackWeldon.com and get 20% off your first order of $125 or more with promo code MACK25. That's MackWeldon.com. Promo code MACK25.
Every team, every topic, everywhere. This is Believe.
Welcome, everybody, to the Hockey Think Tank podcast, brought to you by the Hockey Think Tank. A community for all passionate players, parents, and coaches to go to get a little bit of education and a little bit of inspiration regarding the greatest game on the planet. What an episode we have for you guys here today. What an unbelievable hockey story, and someone that has had quite the journey, and someone who is doing amazing things in the hockey world right now. And the man's name is Zechariah Thomas. And Zechariah grew up in Oshawa, Ontario. Played his junior hockey in a bunch of different spots, played a little bit of pro hockey in the Federal League, which was fun to talk about with him here today. Also has played for Team Jamaica in international competition, which was the thrill of a lifetime for him. Fun to talk about that. But now what he's doing, he has started a company called Swift Hockey that is making hockey affordable, especially when it comes to hockey sticks. We all know, we've been to the hockey stores, and every time we got to buy a stick for ourselves or buy a stick for our kids, it's not a fun time. And so he developed a company called Swift Hockey. It has become so successful that he went on Dragon's Den, which is the Canadian version of Shark Tank, and had an unbelievable showing there. And just what an awesome dude. He was on the Forbes 30 under 30 in sports with people like Austin Matthews. Ever heard of him? But just an incredible story. But before we do get over to Zechariah Thomas, let's bring on the talent of the podcast, the one Jeffrey J. Hulavecchio. Vex, what's shaking and baking today, man?
Not much, brother, man. Just finishing up seasons here in St. Louis with all the teams and organizations that we work with in season, and starting our preparation for the off-season, big off-season push. I've had so many teams and organizations reach out to me in the last 2 weeks that are wanting to work with me online and hear about what I offer as far as the Zoom calls with the teams and the off-ice training, whether it's at home for kids or it's older players that it's in a gym, and the cool nutrition piece that I just added and signed a deal with First Form for, that anybody that works with me for the off season is going to be able to get an individual nutrition coach that'll work with them through the First Form app, which is just going to be a game changer for all of the teams and all the players that work with me online or in person. So for me, just finding these ways constantly to find affordable solutions to help as many players as I can, and got some big wins coming here. It's going to make this off season pretty special.
Nice, man. Well, yeah. Keeping things affordable, that is a theme of this podcast that we have with Zechariah. Hey, like, man, this kid, he's still young, man, like still in his 20s, and just a serial entrepreneur, just has that spirit, starting companies and stuff. And also an incredible hockey journey. And he's giving back in a way that is going to help so many families who just cannot afford to play this game and don't get access to play this game because of how expensive it has gotten. And man, just what were your thoughts overall? This guy, like, he was so impressive.
Very impressive. Such an impressive young man, extremely charismatic, easy to talk to, passionate about both his business and what he's doing for the hockey world. I think for me, I think the coolest things are people that find a problem in a certain area of life, and they also like pair that with like passion or love for like their product or what they're bringing to the market. And I think he's found a huge hole in the market. And I think other brands have tried to do something like this to kind of deaf ears, and his has really taken off, which is really cool to see. And it's going to make hockey more affordable for way more people for longer, which we're massive proponents for. I say all the time, I think the biggest thing that's hurting hockey is the cost over everything else that's going on. I think that is the number one biggest problem hockey has. So I welcome and I love people like him and what he's doing and what he's built with Swift.
Yeah, man. So cool. And another issue that we're seeing a lot, I mean, it's just this time of year, man. Like you talk about some of the problems, like this is silly season. We're in silly season right now. And I don't know if it was Nar that coined it, but he's the one that I first heard it from, like back when he was like in youth hockey in like the 2010s. And like he wrote, and I actually put this in my newsletter last week. If you're not signed up for the newsletter, like sign up for the newsletter. Let's go.
Come on.
But he wrote an article about silly season, like this time of year, 10 years ago or something like that. And it's still so relevant today. And I put it in my newsletter, and it's just, I got so many like responses from people just being like, this time of year is hard because unfortunately there's still a month or two left for a lot of teams, but for whatever reason, everybody forgets to live in the moment and be in the present and finish things off in the way that you want. And they're already on a next season, and they're politicking and they're gossiping and everybody who's listening to this, that's a part of youth hockey understands what I'm talking about right now. But, I just did, with the organizations that we work with, we just did a parent call, and we do a host of them here in the spring, and it's all centered around what we're talking about right now. Be where your feet are. The only thing you have is the present moment, and focus on the things that you can control, not the things that you can't. And so it's just, just kind of a crazy time of year, right?
As long as you can. Gee, Billy, I can't wait till I go to hike school.
Don't you don't you ever say that. Don't you ever say that.
But seriously.
But that is part of what I talk about with the families actually too, is like, don't run the race to the wrong finish line. Don't be in such a rush to get to the next level. And whether that's A to AA, B to A, triple A to junior hockey, we've seen so many more people make mistakes trying to go the sprint route than treating development as a marathon, which is what it is. It takes time and it takes effort. It takes consistency and stick-to-itiveness. And we say all the time, like the best players at 14 aren't the best players at 16 a lot of the time. Best players at 16 aren't at 19. The best at 19 aren't at 21. And there's the reason why a lot of time is just kids falling out of love with the game due to pressure, or they're burnt out, or overuse injuries. So they're not getting better because the best ability is availability and being healthy. And you see a lot of kids fall out of love with it, right? Or get complacent and think, you know what, I got drafted in junior hockey at 15. I made it. And then the kids that don't get drafted get a fire up their butt, and they get to work and look in the mirror and say, I got to get better. And they pass those kids so many times. And so we talk about some stats and things like that, but just like this is the time of year that makes everybody go a little batty. And so I encourage everybody to take a breath, and finish the season out strong and be where your feet are. And obviously there has to be some thought to next year, especially with tryouts being at, March in some instances and in some places, but that's got to be, not at the forefront of the conversations that we have with the kids. It's got to be where your feet are, be present. And I thought Zechariah, man, I thought he was a living testament to that, and really, really cool to get to know him on this podcast. It's the first time Vex and I had met him, and just a really impressive guy.
Yeah, I'm 100% rooting for him. There's no doubt in my mind. And if little Sophie girl ever decides to play hockey, you better believe I'm not spending $400 on a stick. So I will. I haven't paid for a hockey stick since 2003, 2002, something like that. I'm not doing it anytime soon. Not a crazy expensive one. I'll be using the Swifties for sure.
I was at Pure Hockey over the weekend, and Celia, my 4-year-old, wants rollerblades in like the worst way, and she wants like the hockey type of rollerblades. And
they
so
look cool. You sent me the pic. They look cool.
Yeah, I know, right? And so it was so funny. We had her skating and she's learning and everything, but just walking around and look at the prices, particularly of sticks. I was just like, I can't afford that. Like, are you kidding? Like 2 sticks at top of the line sticks, it's going to cost you like $850 to $900. And crazy. Like, it's just wild, man. Like imagine the markups of those things. But then, you get a company like Swift Hockey and what Zechariah is doing, and he'll talk. I don't want to put words in his mouth, but he'll talk about the why of why he built the company, and he'll talk about the how of kind of how he goes about doing things and competing. And you got to check out his Instagram. Their social media is incredible. It's hilarious. They do a great job with marketing from that standpoint. But just a really cool conversation with a guy. We want to bring people on our podcast that are making a difference in our hockey world and creating a better, culture, if that's what you want to call it, but environment, ecosystem, whatever, for our game. And this was a really enlightening conversation. What he's doing with Swift Hockey is really, really cool. So check it out. But are you excited to get to Zechariah's conversation?
Absolutely, my man.
But before we're going to get over to Zechariah, we do have some people to thank first. First, our title sponsor, icehockeysystems.com, the best website out there for all your coaching education needs. They got thousands of drills, whiteboard and X's and O's type breakdowns from really, really, really high level hockey people. And the kicker, ability to go in and draw your drills up and create a library for yourself of drills and practice plans, or you can get this for your entire association and create an entire association drill library and practice plan library. Say that 3 times fast. But they also are not just for coaches. They are for families as well. They have come out with family accounts, which is unbelievable information on the journey for parents and for players alike. So when you talk about development, you talk about perspective, ice hockey systems, whether you are a coach, a player, or a parent, there's something in there for everybody. And so go to icehockeysystems.com today. Check that out. They also have IHS Plus for people that want a little bit more. And man, just unbelievable people, unbelievable product. Go to icehockeysystems.com today.
We love those beauties. I want to say a massive thank you to Train Heroic. You guys know Train Heroic is the awesome platform that has allowed me to train over 30,000 athletes and some normies in there too. Some, what do they call them? What do the kids call NARPs? Non-athlete regular people. That's what the college kids came back and said. Yeah. So like mostly athletes, but I got some NARPs on there too. But Train Heroic, just can't say enough about them. If you're a team, organization, or you're an individual want to train with me online this off season, it's the best possible program out there for the lowest possible price. And we're going to have some really, really cool add-ons that are going to help you actually get the most out of your body, out of your brain, out of your off season. So massive thank you to Train Heroic for making all that possible.
Boom. We also want to thank Helios Hockey, which is an unbelievable product for development for your kids. It is a sensor that you put into their shoulder pads, and it gives you real-time data, real-time feedback on their play, and specifically in 2 things. One, what they call a hustle score. And the kids absolutely love this. They love competing with it. Again, every time you move, that sensor moves, it's going to give you data on how fast you're going and how hard you're working and things like that. So really, really cool. Also skating. There's great development tools in there as it checks out your skating stride and your skating mechanics, and it has some great development, tools in there for that too. If you want to play at the highest levels of the game today, you got to be able to skate. And so we've partnered with them to actually do a little bit of a challenge right now, because it is the Olympics, US versus Canada. What kind of hustle score, what kind of work are you doing, us Americans down here below the border, and you guys Canadians up above the border? I don't want to talk too much right now. There was a game that has already happened that the red, white, and blue got a little bit of the best of the people up north, but that was just in the regular season, let's call it, the round robin play for the women. A little bit of a dominating performance. Canada was without Marie-Philippe Poulin, which is one of the best players in the world, and have to imagine that when they play each other at some point, probably a little bit later in the tournament, Canada is going to be all fired up to make sure that they make up for that tough loss against the U.S. But anyways, Helios Hockey, guys, cool challenge with them going on right now with the Olympics. So go to our social media pages and check that out, whether it's Helios Hockey or Jeff's or myself. And just awesome stuff. Great product. Lastly, want to thank Crossbar. This is a end-to-end software solution that can help you to operate your youth hockey club way more efficiently. And I know so many youth organizations that have switched over to Crossbar to run their operations and have been so incredibly happy that they did. So what is it? First of all, they have an unbelievably easy to use website, both on the front end and doing your operations on the back end. Unbelievable calendar app, unbelievable communications app, unbelievable tools for financial reporting and facilities management, rink management, all that kind of stuff. It is your one-stop shop for all of everything that you need to run your youth hockey organization. And it just makes life so much easier for everybody that chooses Crossbar. So go to crossbar.org today and check that out. And lastly, want to thank all of you listeners. We are over 400 plus episodes into this. We are over 2 million plus downloads into this. And we continue to grind this baby out every week because we love you. And if you can for us, the one thing that can help us is just by interacting with your podcast app and shooting us a comment, shooting us a rating, shooting us a review, downloading or subscribing to our channel, all those different kinds of things. It just goes a long way to helping us grow our audience, getting us into some more ears. And if you are with us in our mission of creating a unbelievable hockey world, that would be a solid for us. So we love you guys. You're going to absolutely love this episode with Zechariah, just an unbelievably bright, driven, motivated, smart hockey guy doing some unbelievable things in the hockey world with his company, Swift Hockey, which is an alternative to the uber expensive hockey sticks that y'all see when you go to your pro shops, and it just unbelievable stuff, guys. So without further ado, here we go with founder of Swift Hockey, Zechariah Thomas. We are so excited to have on this episode of the podcast. He's up in beautiful Oshawa, Ontario. We got Zechariah Thomas. Zechariah, how you doing today, man?
Doing good. How are you guys doing?
I'm doing good. Vex, we got a young buck on here. We got a young buck with a lot of life experience who's done some really, really cool things, and he's only 23 years old. What were you doing at 23 years old, dude?
I signed in the NHL.
Oh, oh, jeez.
Was that wrong? The new high score? Is that bad?
I think that's pretty good. I was not. I'm an idiot and should have known that was coming, but good. Got to tell you everybody about the NHL. Zechariah, dude, so pumped to have you on here with us today, man. You're doing such cool things in the hockey world right now, and I can't wait to dive into it. But just to start, would love to introduce you to our listeners. And if you can, grew up in Oshawa, Whitby, huge hockey hotbed up there, right outside of Toronto. Tell us a little bit about how you fell in love with the great game of hockey.
Yeah, hockey is the best game in the world, as all the listeners know as well. I was really culture shocked, honestly, from anybody who knows the area, moving from Whitby to Oshawa, which is literally like a 5-minute move down the street, and dealing with like the impact that the Oshawa Generals had was just absolutely absurd. I just couldn't get away from hockey. I was seeing it everywhere. And moving from Whitby to Oshawa and trying to want to fit in as a kid, you see every single kid in like the Oshawa minor jackets, like the Oshawa minor like house league jackets at the point. And I always wanted one. And then I got into hockey from there and started in figure skating. And then I went right into hockey after that.
Love it, man. Absolutely love it.
Topher.
Do you remember who like the top guys were with the Generals at the time, the OHL team? Were there any big studs that were playing?
Sorelli
Okay.
was he used to run the city at that point. And the guy that got drafted to the Islanders, I'm forgetting his name, blanking out.
All good.
Dal
All
Cole.
good.
Dal Cole.
Yeah. Oh, Michael Dal Cole. There you go.
Yes,
Yeah. He was a high draft pick too.
Yeah. Those guys were like, it was like watching the NHL when they were on the Gens. Like, it was absolutely insane, like with the stuff they were doing.
That story just reminds me. I don't know if you guys have seen it. There was a video that I saw like literally last week, and it was one of those like spoof Instagrams, and it was talking about team jackets in Canada. And if you played, like, I don't remember if it was Toronto, but like you had that AAA jacket, everybody in school won it. And it was talking about how a guy wanted to play hockey because of the jacket. And I was like, that can't be a real thing. And then you literally just said it. So it's so cool.
It's a real thing. It's a real thing because everyone had the jackets, and like it was almost like a status thing. Like as you get older, like people want to wear like the Louis Vuitton and have the watches and everything, but like the real status thing was like having those jackets. Like
that's great.
Yeah.
Well, pretty soon everybody's going to want that starter jacket, that GMBM starter jacket you got on there.
Hey, sold them out in a day.
Did you?
Bought 30. I bought 30. I just sent out the last one.
No way.
Wow.
Yeah.
Good for you.
Crazy. I'm gonna have to order more. Let's go, baby.
Good stuff. Well, Zechariah, when we talk about your hockey journey, man, we have a lot of kids that listen to this podcast, and getting the chance to kind of look at your hockey journey through Elite Prospects, it certainly wasn't an easy one, going from league to league, trying to figure out how to navigate junior hockey, coming down to the States for a little bit, going back up to Canada. Got to imagine there were a lot of life lessons that were learned through the ups and downs of trying to kind of make it through your hockey career. So if you can, first thing I would love to ask you, we are very, very big believers that the things that we learned while playing hockey help us to be successful in the things that we're doing today. As you were going through the ups and downs of trying to figure out hockey, what were the things that you learned about yourself, and what were the things that you learned just about life in general that you feel like has led to some of the success that you're having in life after hockey?
Yeah, that's a really good question. I think everything I've learned in hockey has translated really well into business at this point for me, especially when it comes into like the work you have to do, all of the training. Like hockey, as I said, is the hardest sport in the world. And learning all of that and trying to compete every single day is the same thing as business. Like I have to waking up, dealing with problems, and the people we're competing against is very similar as well. But hockey's been a great life lessons to me from everything we've done on my end.
Yeah, for sure. When you're an entrepreneur and you're starting things from the ground up, there's a lot to learn. You got to go through a lot of, just a lot of figuring it out. And, as it relates to kind of, especially like junior hockey, right? Like we get a lot of high level hockey people on here, and we love to ask them about juniors, because that's really the first time where you might be away from home. It's the first time that you're hitting a lot of adversity on your own. What prepared you for junior hockey? Did you have much preparation for it? And how did that experience translate into what you're doing today?
Yeah, you know what? Going into junior hockey, like I was lost, to be honest. Like my parents, we were first generation family into hockey for my family, and we didn't really know what we were doing. And like honestly, I played on lots of teams all over the place, like just trying to really navigate it. And I owe a lot of my success and just life lessons into the levels I've played at. And I think that's taken me to where I'm at currently. To like played Florida, I played Connecticut, I played a little bit of major junior, and then COVID hit, and then I played in the Fed. If you guys definitely know that league, where it's like, absolutely eye-opening league for me. And like seeing all of that all over the place was just like such an eye-opening thing for me. So
what was eye-opening about the Fed? Let our listeners know in case they're not familiar with it.
Man, I was like, it was like walking, it's like going into like the movie Goon every day. Like I was a skill guy. Like I was a skill guy growing up, and like I was just not built for that. Like center ice fights, like 7 times a game, just seeing blood all over the place. And I didn't last long in that league. I left pretty quickly because that it just wasn't for me. I was more of a skill guy.
Oh, that's pretty funny. Yeah, that's a crazy league, to say the least. I don't even know if there's another word that could describe it better.
I watched the Danbury movie early on before I joined the league, and I was just like, can't be that.
Can't be like that anymore.
It can't be like that. Yeah, that was years ago. And it was like the exact same. Even Danbury is the exact same. So
that's awesome.
That's great, man. Well, let's fast forward a little bit to what you're up to today. And you started this company, Swift Hockey. It's a hockey stick company, hockey apparel company. And I'm really, really interested in the why. What was it that made you feel like you wanted to start this company up? So first, just kind of in a few words, just talk about what Swift Hockey is. And then I would love to know kind of like the origin story and the genesis of why you felt like you wanted to start this company at such a young age.
Yeah, I guess I could start kind of with the story that how I got here. Growing up in Oshawa, for anybody who knows Oshawa, there's a really new side and there's an old side right now. So the demographic on the type of money that's being made in Oshawa is completely split ultimately, where we have a lot of rich people and we have a lot of poor people, and everything I did was directly in the middle. My hockey was in the middle, my school was in the middle, and I kept seeing so much stuff happen frequently. Like kids weren't able to bring lunches to school. And even on my hockey team, like I kept seeing like the same problem happen. Sticks just kept breaking. And like I would look out in the crowd and see the parents like almost in tears for like their $400 or $500 stick breaking. And that was such an eye-opening experience. And, I was always in love with hockey. I kept playing hockey, and then COVID really opened my eyes. Like I was an entrepreneur. I would say I was an entrepreneur from birth. Like I was selling bracelets and hats in elementary school. Like I always had that edge. And COVID really made me go a little bit more into real business. And I drop shipped everything at that time when like that was such a big trend. And I did pretty well. I failed a lot of those businesses. I did pretty well in some of those. And what the next moving point was, my dad kind of pushed me to start Swift Hockey and make affordable hockey sticks. And ultimately, like I really wanted to stick for myself. Like I really wanted to play with my own stick, and I made the stick for myself, and a player built the stick for players ultimately.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. It's funny to see like you get like these people that go into these big hockey shops and they're like, oh, here's a stick, $450. Oh, here's a stick, $390. And it's like, if we want to grow the game, it's got to be affordable for people. And so, I'm wondering, particularly on the stick side, how do you compete with the big boys? How do you compete with the Bauers, the CCMs, and some of the smaller ones, even the Warriors and the Trues and things like that? Because, we've seen private equity get into the youth hockey market. We've seen private equity get into the equipment market and stuff like that too. So what's a way that you can go toe to toe, or maybe not go toe to toe, but exist in the same ecosystem by keeping prices as low as you do and competing with those big companies?
Man, it's a difficult game. Like as you guys could imagine, like going up against some of the giants that have honestly like unlimited budget, and that's why they go bankrupt every couple of years, because they're working on unlimited budget. But like our mission is, it's really simple, and we really want to make pro level gear at an affordable cost, and we've done everything internally to try and keep that price down. And for hockey sticks, like we're one of the weirdest companies around, where we're mostly online. So like we're about 90% of our sales are online right now. And it's such a weird thing for hockey sticks that we have done well to this point, just being online. Because if you go break a hockey stick tonight, like you need one tomorrow, rather than waiting for orders, shipping. And our story has resonated so much with people, and our price points is just, we're really trying to make a difference ultimately.
That's awesome.
What are your price points?
Yeah, so we're about 150 US. That's kind of our price points. We have a stick coming out within like the next 2 months or so. That's going to be the cheapest stick in the world. Like that's our target with it. Like we're trying to get it well over $100. Well, under $100. well under $100 we're really targeting. And we really want to stay with our mission to like truly make hockey more accessible.
Dude. And where does that come from, Zechariah? Because Vex and I both have reasons for why we want to make this game better. A lot of it has to do with what the game has given us, but we've had different experiences within the game that motivates us and inspires us to really want to give back. You talk about a mission for Swift Hockey. Like what's the underlying kind of story? What's the underlying just really fire that burns inside of you to want to create this avenue where more people can get involved with the game and make it more affordable so we can keep growing?
Yeah, there's a lot of aspects that really get to me. I think growing up and not seeing a lot of kids that look like myself, it was always like I really had to question a lot of the times on why this was the scenario. And obviously it really comes down to pricing. That's something I found deep down, and something that really triggered me as a kid is, I'm not going to say another brand name, but another brand had a campaign called Everything for the Game, where like they're talking about giving back in all of this aspects while they're charging $500 prices. And that truly made me furious at a young age to like I couldn't comprehend it. I couldn't wrap my head around it, how they're trying to grow the game at all. These private equity owned companies. And that's what really motivates me every day, is to really, like, I want to bring more kids into the game. And the stories we hear, which are like super sad stories where kids can't even afford sticks or they have to quit hockey, where we get emails 15 times a day for those scenarios. That's what kind of keeps the brand going. If we're able to help one family choose us, then that helps a lot. It's almost like a car payment at the end of the day. They're getting saved. So,
man, that's so cool. When I retired from over in Europe in 2018, I tried to do this same thing with an existing company that was going to the factories where the big brands were being made. Literally the exact same factories. They were the exact same sticks, and I couldn't get anybody to buy them. And we were selling them for like probably like 60% of what the big brands were selling them for, and you could get them wrapped with your team logos and everything. And I just couldn't get them, to take off here in St. Louis, which, like Toph said, the biggest prohibitor from people playing hockey is literally cost. We should be doing everything we possibly can. And I think it's genius. I think it's awesome from a philanthropic angle that you're doing this. It's so cool. But also, it's genius. There's no reason that until you're like, I don't even know, 16, that you need to be spending the kind of money people are spending. Maybe 14. I don't know. Yeah. Like there's sticks out there that are just as quality for way less of a price. And for whatever reason, it seems like in hockey, it's been a hard time getting people to ditch the 3 big brands, or 2, 3, 4 big brands, and go after more of these. So do you have any type of strategy to get people to trust you guys? And is there anything you've done that have helped? Do you ever like put on like, come out and try our sticks out versus the big guys, and you can see how much you can save, and it's still a great piece of technology and thing. You doing anything like that?
Yeah, it's, to that point, it's a really difficult game, honestly, where we've done everything to try and grow our brand. And like, that's been everything, because hockey stick's a hockey stick at the end of the day. We have added a different levels of technology within our stick, but like, it's still a hockey stick. And we can try and finagle it all the ways, but it's still like all of the same brands are made. And like, there's only 5 factories overseas that really make hockey sticks well. So they're all made in the same couple factories. And it's trying to outbrand our competitors. And that's where we have won. And that's where we have done really well, where we're able to, on average, we get about 5 million to 10 million organic views a month. So we have tried to dominate on social media as best as we can. And like, I keep the company really lean, like an e-commerce company, like a dropshipping company, rather than trying to do Bauer and trying to have all these reps and 50 sales reps. We don't do any of that.
That's awesome, man. Just a different way of doing things. And I love what you said there. We try to outbrand our competitors. And I feel like that's like such a good lesson for all of us to kind of think about, because I feel like a lot of what the world has come to today, particularly on like social media and stuff, is just like hurling insults, at other people and telling people about how bad other people are, instead of like really truly leaning into the good things that you're doing and getting the opportunity to check the website out and your social medias and stuff. Like, you guys have some really cool stories to tell. So if you can, like, when we talk about out branding your competitors, like what do you feel like is the thing that really sets you guys apart from the big dogs? What's the mission? What's the vision? What's the overall just kind of story that you guys tell that brings all of these people to your company and away from just the natural kind of like consistent, I'm just going to pick a Bauer or maybe some of these other companies type stuff?
Yeah, to be honest, like, we're extremely edgy on social media. Like, we're probably some of the edgy. We'll post anything. Like, we'll go break other people's sticks and we'll post it, and like, we'll do anything to get our brand out there. But like, honestly, like, every time I've told the company story, it's resonated just very well with people, and it gets people to like change their, like, going from the Bowers and the CCMs to us. We've had so many changes from that. And it's just because of the story resonates with people so heavily, because no matter if you're rich, you're poor, whatever your financial situation is, you still don't want to spend that dollar amount on a hockey stick. Like, it will never make sense. No matter what you do, it'll never make sense. So
from a business standpoint, do you guys do anything where you're doing like deals with teams? Like, hey, if the whole team buys 2 sticks, we'll give you an even bigger discount or anything like that. Like, a lot of teams do that with gloves and with helmets. There's some teams that do it with sticks, but I'm surprised there's not more organizations that are like, hey, we can save you a buttload of money if you order with this stick manufacturer type of thing.
Yeah, like, for the minor programs, that's extremely difficult, actually. Like, they do not have interest, a lot of them, in adding sticks to their program. And even if it's like, it's such a light add-on to their program, and it obviously, like, every kid needs that, they have no interest in doing that, a lot of these programs. Really weird, definitely another conversation, but like, we're in the FPHL, like the league I used to come from, like, we're the sole provider there for majority of the teams. And that's a big team organization, and we deal with a lot of junior teams as well in the junior B league, the Goj up here. So we've done a lot of those team aspects to try and have that growth. But honestly, it's been online that's really won for us. And we're like, it's really hard for us to do team deals and store deals when we're consistently sold out.
Yeah.
Like, we're almost sold out 20, like 99% of the time we're sold out.
Wow.
So,
let's go, man.
Good problem to have.
It's a good and a bad problem. Good and a bad problem. Yeah. We have a lot of customers because, sticks still break. Like, we try and make a really good stick, but the return, like, we want customers return back to us. And sometimes when we don't have that stick back, they can't return to us ultimately. So that's the sad part of it, but selling out is good. Yeah.
Yeah. It's better than the opposite, having a bunch of products just sitting on the shelf. Yeah, look at it that way.
Exactly.
Nobody does selling better than Shopify. Shopify is the home of the #1 checkout on the planet. And the not-so-secret secret, with Shop Pay that boosts conversions up to 50%, meaning way less carts go abandoned and way more sales going through. So if you're into growing your business, your commerce platform better be ready to sell wherever your customers are scrolling or strolling. On the web, in your store, in their feed, and everywhere in between. Businesses that sell more, sell on Shopify. Upgrade your business and get the same checkout that Skims uses. Sign up for your $1 per month trial period for 3 months at shopify.com/Westwood1, all lowercase. Go to shopify.com/Westwood1 to upgrade your selling today. Shopify.com/Westwood1. Most people don't realize how much of their personal information is being bought and sold every day. Data brokers are making billions pulling details about you from public records and the internet, then packaging and selling it usually without your consent. That's how your information lands in the hands of scammers, spammers, even stalkers. It's why you get endless robocalls and why ads seem to follow you everywhere. That's where Aura comes in. Aura actively removes your data from broker sites and keeps it off. They also instantly alert you if your information shows up in a breach or on the dark web. But Aura goes beyond data protection. With one app, you get a VPN, antivirus, password manager, spam call protection, dark web monitoring, and even up to $5 million in identity theft insurance, all backed by 24/7 US-based fraud support. Other companies might just sell credit monitoring or just a VPN. Aura gives you all of it together at the same price competitors charge for just one service. Start your free trial today at aura.com/secure. Protect yourself now at aura.com/secure.
Comfort is often the first thing we're willing to give up, like taking a long flight for a vacation or waking up early for a workout. But don't let style be the reason you aren't comfy. Mack Weldon's Ace Collection makes it effortless to look put together while feeling truly comfortable. No compromises needed. For over a decade, Mack Weldon has designed pieces to keep you comfortable anywhere. Inspired by their best-selling sweatpants, the Ace Collection combines everyday comfort with long-lasting and confident looks. Upgrade your collection for the new year with new bomber jackets, half-zips, sweats, crew necks, and much more. Mack Weldon clothes are designed to fit your style and the demands of modern life. They look like regular clothes, but feel like the latest in modern comfort. Get comfortable anywhere with the Mack Weldon's Ace Collection. Go to MackWeldon.com and get 20% off your first order of $125 or more with promo code MAC25. That's MACWELDON.com. Promo code MAC25.
Well, Zechariah, you know, the work that you're doing and at the age that you're doing it is so impressive. And, you know, it's caught the hockey world and world at large. Like it's becoming a lot more well-known, and you've been getting some good publicity on it, and wanted to ask you about a few of those things. You know, number one, you are named to the Forbes 30 under 30 list, which is insane, amazing. And I'm looking at some of the other people from a sports perspective that are on there. You got Josh Allen, ring a bell, Austin Matthews, decent at hockey, Victor Wembanyama, like unbelievable, Coco Gauff. Like these are all people that are, you know, reigning supreme in their sports. And I have to ask you, what did it feel like just knowing what you've built and also the why of why you've built it? It's very mission driven type company that's looking to make a big positive impact in the world. What was it like to get recognized in the Forbes 30 under 30 with some of these amazing athletes that, you know, that are at the top of their sports?
Yeah, you know, it was absolutely insane. And what's really weird about that list is like the day it came out was the same day I found out. Like I didn't know before. So I woke up to that news. It was definitely like, that was always like, as an entrepreneur, like it's one of the biggest awards I could personally have that I looked at. It's almost like getting that like OHL draft pick back in the day. Like that's kind of what my goal was as an entrepreneur, as like an individual award. But I think that like I owe a lot of that award to like the team I have around me. And I don't want to like say it was all me, because I have a great support system ultimately with the people around me. I have a big team here. I have a great family, and they've definitely supported me to get here.
Spoken like a true hockey guy, Vex. There it is. Yeah. Wouldn't expect anything less.
Awesome. Sick podcast, man. I'm glad I showed up like I do every day, man. This is who's your biggest mentor as far as like the business side, like the entrepreneurship side?
Man, you know, I haven't picked up, I watch a lot of YouTube. Like I was actually like such a bad student, as most hockey guys are, but I was such a bad student where like I failed almost every class, and entrepreneurship was always my thing. Like I was always selling bracelets, and during COVID, I picked up probably like 150 books I read during like the span of COVID, just on business. I watched I was on YouTube University. I learned everything from YouTube and books during that time. And that's what really motivated me. I wouldn't say like, my parents are both entrepreneurs as well, in like completely different realms of things. So they were definitely motivation on like the actual like working hard aspect on everything. But books and YouTube has been good. Like I watch a lot of Alex Hormozy, if you guys know who that is.
Oh yeah.
Watch a lot of him back in the day. And he's definitely a good asset to watch for business. So
My best friend is actually part of his thing that he does in Vegas. So he owns a sports clinic here, and he grew it literally from a one room teeny tiny closet, and he just bought over $1 million building, and he's got 16 employees now, and he's in Hormozy's thing where he goes down there once every quarter or something.
Yeah,
and he's
yeah.
in the room with Hormozy, and Hormozy's giving him advice about his business. It's unbelievable, man. But something he just said here to all the players that are young and listening, he just talked about YouTube University. Like you young people have such a massive leg up compared to old farts like Toph and I when there was no iPhones or YouTube. Like if you really want to be good at something, there's thousands of people out there that are experts on that topic that are putting out free information every single day on YouTube, on Instagram. I don't have TikTok, but I believe there's people you can actually follow that aren't just doing stupid dances or eating food with loud noises or whatever weird videos you guys are into today. But if you want to be good at something, there are tons of people putting out free info every single day that will help you be better at any pursuit. And it's your job to go and search those people out and start to learn from them like he did here. And listen to him now. He's bigger than Austin Matthews.
Yeah. YouTube it's such an asset that kids just they don't use it anymore. It's almost like for old people, YouTube. But that's where I learned how to do the Michigan back in the day. That was my biggest thing where always tried to pick up the puck like that. And I watched thousands of YouTube videos trying to figure that out.
That's why I couldn't do the Michigan, because there was no YouTube.
Yeah. That was no why. YouTube back then. Yeah.
It wasn't because you had two left hands or anything like that. But you know what? You know what I thought of though when you talked about even selling bracelets back in the day. There is such an advantage to getting reps in. You as a salesman now in what you're trying to do, you probably learned a ton from getting reps in when you were in 5th grade selling bracelets, on the sidewalk in front of your house. And that's another thing, Vex, you talk about, for all the kids that are listening, thinking about there's never been a better time to be great at anything because all of the information is right at your fingertips if you just choose to look. But also it just goes to show you reps. Just get reps, man. You want to have a better shot? Go down to the basement and take 15 minutes and shoot 150 pucks. You want to be a better skater, stretch for 15 minutes while you're watching TV, at night. If you're willing to put in the work to get good at something, this journey, you didn't just snap your fingers and all of a sudden I have an idea and I'm pretty good at selling things and whatever. No, it took probably a couple businesses that didn't do as well as you wanted to and learning how to do things when you were younger, selling bracelets. The information's there and you just got to put in the reps, man. How many reps do you feel like you put in before you even started Swift Hockey that allow you to be great at what you're doing now?
Yeah, it's too many. I've tried everything and I've failed so many times, and people don't see all of that. Even for you guys, I see you guys are on episode 400 plus at this point, and a lot of people don't see a lot of that work and all that time that's being put in, and they just see the odd time you guys may blow up, we may blow up as a company, we get that odd press, and there's so much work on the back end to get here that's just not glorified. And it's all of those crappy moments that we kind of have to go through the mud and try and figure out and grind through. It's hard. Yeah. It's definitely entrepreneurship it's not for anybody. I wouldn't suggest most people to be an entrepreneur because it's extremely hard. Same with hockey. You really have to have that mindset to be willing to put through all the pain and train as much.
But it's so true though. I love that you said something right in the beginning of the show where you said just like hockey when you were referring to the grind of the entrepreneurship, man. And I tell all my guys now who are retired that are in the real world or kids who are at college and they're having a tough time at school or something and they can't get some. I'm just look, did you get a scholarship when you were 12? No. How about 13? No. 14? No. 15? No. 16? No. You were working, you were refining your process, you were getting better. And the working world, entrepreneurship, your business, work life after hockey, it's all going to be the same thing. if you just continue to grow and you continue to get better and honestly seek out failure, seek out, hard stuff, go in a room where you don't think you can sell something to anybody. And you're just like, I'm going to try, because that failure, if you'd wind up not getting it the first time, you're going to go back in that room next time with better ammunition, with a better sense of the landscape and what you need to say or whatever it is. It doesn't even matter. But all the time now in my business, when I hit a roadblock or I hit, a speed bump, I'm like, okay, what was this like in my career? And I think about like, okay, what would I have done? Okay, all right, now go do something similar to that now in my life now. And every time it makes it seem less hard, because when I was younger going through it in hockey is like everything. You're just, and it matters so much to you, and you're so much passion behind it. So when you do get scratched that first time, your world is ending, but you figured out how to get through that. Or you do get that first injury. Oh my God, the dream's over. My life's done, but you came back from that too. You learned how to do it, and you'll use that later in your life when you look back. And that's why I think hockey is such a great sport for every young kid to play.
No, exactly. That's dead on. A lot of other sports, honestly, I may be a little bit biased. They don't have that same effect at all. Like they really don't have that same grind. Like, no diss to soccer players, but like, it's not even close. Like, it's really like there's such levels to the type of grind that hockey deals with, and like the early mornings and the late nights and all the games all over the place. Like, there's no other sport like it.
True. Unbelievable. Well, due to your successes and kind of what you've been doing, another question I wanted to ask you was about Dragon's Den. And so for all of our American friends, and Vex, maybe you don't even know this yet, but Dragon's Den is the Canadian version of Shark Tank, where you go in and you pitch your company and wow, I cannot even imagine the nerves of like going in to try to pitch your company, because it's almost like I don't want to say a make or break moment, but it's certainly an inflection point that could potentially change your company forever. What was that experience like going into the Dragon's Den, Shark Tank, getting to meet some of these incredible entrepreneurs that have built these multi-billion-dollar companies? Talk about that experience a little bit. How was that?
It was absolutely insane experience. We went on Dragon's Den within our first 6 months of launching.
No kidding.
And like that was such a crazy experience. And I was always a super shy kid growing up. Like, I was a super shy kid, and that was the first time like a lot of my teammates even heard me talk for the most part. Like was on national TV. So that was definitely a cool experience. But I was apparently, Dragon's Den producer said I was the first episode where they never had to cut it. And I take wow. a lot of pride in that, because like I was such a shy kid. I didn't practice at all for it as well. And I was so convicted by the company's story. I'm so passionate about it. It's like super easy to talk about.
Very, very cool. And just, looking back at that experience, even though you're only in there for, however many minutes it was, what were some things that you picked up and kind of what happened after you were on there?
I was actually out there for about an hour and a half.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah. They cut it down to, I think it was 9 or 8 minutes. I was out there for like an hour and a half, just absolutely grilled by these guys on like every business question possible. But it was definitely a crazy experience, and I didn't expect for any of that to happen. I didn't expect to even get on the show, and then especially getting 3 offers as well it was absolutely a crazy experience there.
Unreal, man. Unreal. It's got to like prepare you so much, like to have these people who are the best at what they do, just absolutely poking holes and asking you every single question. You have to be extremely prepared, and to get 3 offers from it. Like, what was it like being on that line where you're just getting absolutely just, I don't even know what the right word is, but they're just picking apart everything that you do to make sure that it's a worthwhile investment for you. What was that like? Was it intimidating? Was it fun? Was it a little bit of both? Like, talk about that experience.
I loved it. I think the first maybe like the initial minute or so, like I was a little bit nervous. It was my first time talking, and I really hit flow state after a bit. Like, it was just like all the questions were easy. And like we were 6 months old at this time. So the amount of I didn't know as much as I know now. And I really hit flow state. And I think what really changed it is I brought the hockey net out with hockey sticks, and I was shooting, like we shot pucks at the net at like the Dragon's faces on the episode. Like I put them all on the net and we shot pucks at them. And that was kind of like, that was like a big icebreaker for the episode and myself personally, where like, it just got me feel like regular. And what's something that's like really cool about that show is that you don't see any cameras. Like it's really cool, like how hidden they are just all over the place. I didn't see any. So like, it's not nerve wracking seeing 50 cameras.
Very cool.
Did you hit all the targets? Were you 4 for 4 or what was it?
Yeah, no, I only shot once. Shot once. The other dragon shot before, but like if I missed that target, I would have been extremely. It might as well just took me off the episode. Yeah.
Oh, that's amazing. Yeah, I mean, Shark Tank is one of my favorite shows. I love watching Shark Tank. It's so educational, you know, as an entrepreneur myself, who is not an entrepreneur by DNA for sure. Just something kind of fell into, and but it's also so entertaining, and it's really cool to kind of hear the origin stories. And for me, that's one of the biggest reasons why I love watching the show, is because, you know, people pour their heart and soul into these companies that they've built, and there's such a mission and a vision behind it. And I have to imagine like that is why your company has been so successful in such a freaking really, really, really hard market is the why, man. Like trying to make hockey more accessible, more affordable for the general public, and having to figure out ways. And the other thing that I wanted to bring up too was like, there are so many really, really successful people in business who did not do well in school growing up. And you mentioned that school was tough for you. It wasn't something you were great at. And here you are on the Forbes 30 under 30 list for building a company. And I think that just like, that's such an important thing for a lot of kids to understand. And like, they did this study on, I don't know if it was Fortune 500 CEOs, but the really, really successful CEOs. And like, there's a huge majority of CEOs that are dyslexic. Like there's a ton of CEOs that are really successful that are dyslexic. Why? Because you got to figure stuff out. Like you in the traditional sense of things, as far as the way that school is delivered and the way that, you know, sports and all this kind of stuff, like you just have to be a problem solver. And at the end of the day, that's really what entrepreneurship is. It's taking a problem, it's finding creative ways to solve it, and then finding ways to scale that upon end. And man, dude, like I just think that like looking back now at when you were younger and maybe the difficulties that you had in school and things like that, and having built this company, like how proud are you of that? And then what would you say to like other young kids who maybe are struggling in school, not because of effort, it's just not easy for them?
Yeah. Like I would say something like, it's really difficult. And I think understanding, like, as you guys kind of touched on a little bit, like volume is everything. Like it's really putting in the reps. It's doing everything. Like I think a lot of people don't see, like in our early days, we posted about 500 times a week on social media. And that's why our social media got to where it was, because we're posting that. And I think volume is such a major aspect. And you know what? It's speed. Like speed, something I pride myself on, and the team here as well. We're like, as a hockey guy, like you hear it from the coaches all the time, but like it's really understanding what that means. We're like, speed is everything. And it's trying to, like, that's why a lot of people will have business ideas and it'll take them 7 years to get it out. Like I have a business idea, and that's why I failed so many times already, because I'll get it out, try to get it out within an hour. And I think speed and procrastination is something that just destroys people and businesses and just everything.
They freeze when it's like they got to make a decision. It's wild. Like I've mentored almost 100 coaches now and gym owners and stuff like that. And we'll go over a plan and we'll talk about, you know, exactly like down to like this step 1, step 2, step 3. And like they just freeze. They're like, what? You take the action. Just take the action. Yeah. It's not the end of the world if it's not the best the first time. Because
exactly.
You're not gonna, if this
progress over perfection, baby.
Yeah, it's just get one inch better. Just get 1 inch better, and then you're gonna learn from that. And then you're gonna, a little bit further, a little bit further, a little bit further.
Yeah, but people have like the plan sitting on the board for like years.
Yeah.
Yeah, they'll just let it sit and then rot. And like, I guess I forget who said it, but it was like the biggest place for most businesses is in the graveyard. It's like people can't even get that business idea out even an inch.
So was there anything that helped you realize that when you were younger, or was it you just somebody who you weren't afraid of that first time trying something failure, and that's always been you? Did hockey teach you that? Did you have a mentor help you with, hey, don't worry about the first time, just make it better the second time, then make it better the third time?
Yeah, it was a lot of that. I think hockey taught me a lot of that. Like I was a defenseman, and I don't even know if this even correlates, but like I was always like a very offensive defenseman, rushing defenseman. Like I would like to say like Eric Collerson back in the day. Like that was kind of like how my game style was, and I did everything with speed, and I never understood. Even like there's good aspects to slow down, like, and especially in hockey, you want to slow down the play, but like I did everything with speed, and that was kind of my life. And there was everything I wanted to do and compete faster than everybody. And like, that's where the hockey comes out in me, where like, I'm very competitive. Like I really want to beat people. And especially now when we're going up against like some of the biggest companies in the world, and they have about 150 years on us at this point of just growth and time, I have to do much more than them and faster to try and catch up to them ultimately.
Man.
Unreal, man. Unreal.
Nobody does selling better than Shopify. Shopify is the home of the #1 checkout on the planet. And the not-so-secret secret, with Shop Pay that boosts conversions up to 50%, meaning way less carts go abandoned and way more sales going through. So if you're into growing your business, your commerce platform better be ready to sell wherever your customers are scrolling or strolling. On the web, in your store, in their feed, and everywhere in between. Businesses that sell more, sell on Shopify. Upgrade your business and get the same checkout that Skims uses. Sign up for your $1 per month trial period for 3 months at shopify.com/Westwood1, all lowercase. Go to shopify.com/Westwood1 to upgrade your selling today. Shopify.com/Westwood1.
The secret is out. With millions of younger-looking customers across the country, Plexiderm is one of the most highly sought-after products on the market. It visibly shrinks under-eye bags and smooths out crow's feet in minutes, and the effects last up to 10 hours. Influencers love it, magazines feature it, and people just can't get enough of it. As a matter of fact, Elle Magazine gave it an Editor's Choice Award as Best Instant Wrinkle Filler for 2025. In as little as 10 minutes, Plexiderm reduces the appearance of fine lines, wrinkles, and those dreaded under-eye bags. So yes, you can look years younger in minutes, and the effects last for hours. No surgery, no gimmicks, just results. The best news, you can try Plexiderm for only $14.95. Plus, get free shipping. Don't wait. Order Plexiderm today. Visit plexiderm.com/special. That's plexiderm.com/special. Paid for by Sheer Science.
Comfort is often the first thing we're willing to give up. But don't let style be the reason you aren't comfy. Mack Weldon's Ace Collection makes it effortless to look put together while feeling truly comfortable. Inspired by their best-selling sweatpants, the Ace Collection combines everyday comfort with long-lasting and confident looks. Upgrade your collection for the new year with new bomber jackets, half-zips, sweats, crew necks, and much more. Go to MackWeldon.com and get 20% off your first order of $125 or more with promo code MACK25.
I love it. Well, I would be remiss if I didn't ask you, because Jeffrey Jehu Lavecchio, buddy, one of our favorite movies growing up. Okay, Zechariah got to live this just a little bit. Not quite, but got to live it a little bit. But you playing hockey and you got to play for Team Jamaica. playing for Team Jamaica, playing hockey, and Vex and I, cool runnings growing up.
I was thinking Trinidad. I was thinking Trinidad and Tobago from D2 for a second there when they were playing the steel drums. Yeah.
But how cool to be able to represent a country in international play, and in your journey of hockey. Like, the ultimate is the NHL, but the ultimate is also, playing for a country as well. And so if you can, talk a little bit about what it was like to play for Team Jamaica and just what kind of experience it was to represent the country, especially in a sport like hockey.
Absolutely. That was an absolutely insane experience. I can't even imagine anything being similar to that throughout my life, where really going on the ice and wearing a Jamaican flag on ice. It doesn't even make any sense. When nobody have seen that before. And, it was really weird just how good the team was as well. I think until last year, we only lost one game. Throughout all the years, we only lost one game in minor international play. And it was really weird seeing all those people, especially black people. I think we broke a world record, most black people on the ice ever at a time or something. They were saying,
ever at a time, including public skates.
Yeah, including public skates. Honestly, we really broke a record that day. And it was seeing all, just seeing the culture within Team Jamaica there and showcasing it on ice and also winning was it was great. It was a great feeling.
Did you get to meet Usain Bolt from that?
No.
I know different Olympic, different
I wish
seasons, but
yeah, we had a really good team. I really loved that experience, and
that's cool.
Definitely one of the greatest things I've done as a hockey player. So
that's awesome. Very, very cool. Well, speaking of international play, I hear you are headed over to the Olympics coming up here to go spend some time over in Italy and get a chance to check some of that out. What are you most excited about going over there?
Yeah, I was sent out by a company under an ambassador program that they want me under. So it was I only found out a week and a half ago that I was going, but
oh wow,
it was really I wasn't planning to go. I've never been, I don't know if you guys are like this. I was never I could never watch sports. I was always really weird. Even when it came to watching my film, and I know a lot of kids have this for some reason, I can't watch it. And I don't know if it gives me the itch to go back and play. And I'd rather just hop on the ice or even go play basketball, whatever the case is. I always had the itch to actually go play, and I could never watch it. So it's definitely going to be a cool experience. And, we have a couple people we're hoping is going to use our product in there, and that would be crazy. So.
Very cool. Very cool. So what is next? What's next for Swift Hockey, man? I mean, you've built it up already. You're going toe to toe against some companies that, you mentioned have a lot more history and things like that. But, you're doing a great job of competing. You're doing a great job of keeping the game more affordable and accessible for people. But what's next for Swift Hockey? What's the goal in the next 6 months, year, 5, 10 years? Where are you looking to take this thing?
Yeah, ultimately, we really want to make a difference. And I think that means a lot. It means a lot to me personally. On the business side, I really want to defeat the competitors. And I guess that's probably the hockey in me, to beat everybody around me in that sense. But yeah, we want to be the biggest hockey company and hockey brand, and continue to stay on the path that we're on as the fastest growing hockey stick company in the world. And we really want to maintain that path and continue to grow on that path and make a difference throughout that as well.
So cool, dude. It's awesome.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, tell our listeners where can they find you? You got a huge Instagram following, website, all that kind of stuff. Where can our listeners find Swift Hockey and buy some sticks, baby?
Yeah, you can find me anywhere at swifthockey.com or Swift Hockey on all platforms. You can find us at everywhere.
Very cool, man. Well, keep up the great work, and what you're doing is honestly really, really important. And Vex and I do so much in the hockey world and have seen so many different things. And one of the biggest things that really scares the crap out of us is the cost and the affordability and accessibility aspect to not, I mean, it's not just a youth hockey problem. It's a youth sports problem. It's getting more expensive everywhere, but hockey seems to be on freaking steroids. So you're doing great work, man. Anything that we can do to help, let us know. And Zechariah, great great job. Keep up the great work. And thank you so much for taking some time with us here today. We're going to keep you for a couple more minutes for a little 10 questions that we'll house in our Hockey Think Tank U community. But ultimately, man, this was so much fun to learn about what you're up to. And like I said, probably 6 times in the last 7 seconds, because I can't talk apparently today. Keep up the good work, man.
I appreciate that. Thanks for having me.
DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NHL, is built for the fastest game on ice. With player drops and live betting, every shift, every shot, every save gives you options to get in on the game with DraftKings Sportsbook. New customers bet just $5, and if your bet wins, you'll get $300 in bonus bets instantly. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use the code THPN. That's code THPN to turn $5 into $300 in bonus bets if your bet wins. In partnership with DraftKings, the crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY. Connecticut, call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. On behalf of Boot Hill Casino in Kansas, wager tax pass-through may apply in Illinois. 21 plus in most states, void in Ontario. Restrictions apply. Bet must win to receive bonus bets, which expire in 7 days. Minimum odds required. For additional terms and responsible gaming resources, see dkng.co/audio. Limited time offer. Copyright 2026. NHL. All rights reserved.
Comfort is often the first thing we're willing to give up. But don't let style be the reason you aren't comfy. Mack Weldon's Ace Collection makes it effortless to look put together while feeling truly comfortable. Inspired by their best-selling sweatpants, the Ace Collection combines everyday comfort with long-lasting and confident looks. Upgrade your collection for the new year with new bomber jackets, half-zips, sweats, crew necks, and much more. Go to MackWeldon.com and get 20% off your first order of $125 or more with promo code MAC25.
If you like the show, please take a moment to rate, review, and subscribe. It really does help the show to grow. Thank you for listening.